Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spirit Talk. I'm going to admit everybody in the Zoom room, and I'm going to start the recording. And I'm going to welcome everyone who's here today. Unfortunately, we have a technological difficulty with Mari. She is away from home and does not have internet where she is. One of the pictures she posted is of a beautiful beach. So we're all going to wish her a wonderful time away. Okay. And welcome everybody in here. You know what? I don't know why, Gail. I'm going to do the gallery view because otherwise we have Gail David's name on the screen. And assisting me with today's show, our guest, Anthony Michelojewski.
Michelojewski, yes.
Thank
Close
you.
enough.
Or otherwise known as the Asheville medium. Anthony and I go back, 10 years now?
We do, yes.
When we were both starting out, we both train under Tony Stockwell.
Yep, that's correct.
We met over in the Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England.
Yes.
And
actually, we met at the coffee house. You and Bonnie had scheduled a taxi to pick you up. And I came over. Spirit said to me, go over to those ladies. They're mediums and they're going to Arthur Findlay College. So I just wanted to come over and introduce myself and just be, cordial. And you all said, well, we're going there. Yes, we're going, right. We're leaving in like 10 minutes. And I said, well, I have to call a taxi. And you said, well, you could ride with us. Remember, I rode with you all. and then we were dropped off there and you covered the taxi. You were so sweet.
Well, now that you bring it up, I do remember that. And we were excited because we were nervous, Bonnie and I. And you remained sweet through the whole week to us. So that worked out. And then we ran into it. I think you came up to Omega once too.
I did, yes.
And I was there
a couple times. Mm-hmm.
And so this is the thing. If any of you out there train with your mediumship, whether or not you want to become professional, once you start going to classes, retreats, you'll start running into the same crowd. There might be 10,000 mediums, but it becomes a very small community, and you'll recognize people, you'll meet. And when you're in these workshops, working with spirit, emotions tend to run a little bit deeper, and you make soul connections because everyone's a little bit more open. I would say at the majority of these types of retreats. Wouldn't you agree, Anthony?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And so everyone's more open to one another and accepting of one another and supportive, and you begin to make some deep friendships.
Yeah.
So I used to love to get away from my training, and it was partly to kind of put myself back together again after dealing with Joe Public and the rest of the earth things that we have to do.
Exactly.
And then when you run into people that you've been in courses with, it's just like meeting old friends. It's wonderful. So I strongly encourage, if you're going to have the opportunity to go for these weeks. And in fact, Anthony and I are going to see each other next week, aren't we?
We are. Yep. We're going to Lilydale for the Victorian, physical mediumship symposium. So we're gonna, and actually, Winter, you're teaching there as well. So that's gonna be cool. So we're gonna get a chance to see each other and meet some old friends as well, and meet new ones. And it's gonna be a great gathering because I feel it's more, in a sense, more advanced because it's more physical mediumship. You have to have, I think, the understanding of mediumship to be comfortable in that setting. Wouldn't you agree, Winter?
Absolutely. One of the first times I started training for the physical was with Tony. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if we got anybody on. Everybody's muted. Um, and James Von Prague. They were doing
Yes.
a workshop week, which included a day of transfiguration. And it was amazing to me. There was about 105 students, and about 100 of them were afraid of it, trans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why did they sign up?
Right.
And it was an amazing experience. I think you were there. Was this the trans and transfiguration?
Yes. Uh-huh. I was there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had my friend Lee Ryan, who's really into physical mediumship, and Tony and James did a demonstration one night. So it was in the dark, and Tony, I mean, his face transfigured, and he had the big eye in the center. James was doing some trance speaking. It was just really wonderful. And but you're right. Next week at Lilydale, it will be more advanced. And it's going to be we'll get there Sunday and have a nice lecture by Dr. Sue Barnes about physical mediums from Lilydale history.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a
Yep.
long time, Lilydale has not allowed physical mediumship on the campus.
Right.
And there's some regulations, modern day fire regulations, of course, because doing a blackout dark seance, you can't have an assembly without having illuminated exit signs, things like that. So there are some, um, ground of earth. Oh, I'm losing my words. There are some reasons why they've shied away from that, but they're allowing it this week. Of course, the dark seances will be at Neil's, the former president, right off
Right.
campus. And because the seance rooms are held in pitch black, that's why it's called dark. It's just there's no light. Not that it's evil, just no light. And because that's the way physical mediumship really is able to express itself the most strong. There have been physical mediums in the past that were able to produce physical phenomena in the light, and certain forms of physical phenomena can be in the light. But when you're starting to develop the ectoplasm and have the materialization, you really kind of need the dark. So Neil's room is set up that way. He has a dedicated seance room. And then there's also going to be, if anyone is free and would like to join, I mean, they can always accommodate extra people. It's going to be 12 hours a day of taking courses from covering not only physical mediumship, but Julie's going to do with element on fairies. I'm doing transfiguration and blending trans. Gary's doing trans speaking, psychic surgery. Bill Bolt is going to talk about what you need inside to bring out your physical medium. And Sue Barnes and they're also going to do some precipitation and automatic writing classes. So it's just going to be like an Arthur Finley week,
Yes.
12 hours long, because Sue is actually accredited by the SNU. And then there'll be Michael Shane's going to be there, and he and Julie will demonstrate he'll do the billets. They'll both
Right.
do the apports, and
The apports.
seen him do several hundred apports. Anyway, there is space if you want to come last minute, and we are going to have a nice group. It's not, it's like over 50 people are coming.
I think so.
It's
Yeah.
divided into two groups, and it's not going to be so massive like the 105 people classes you get at Omega. So you'll get some one-on-one time with the teachers, and hopefully make some lifelong friends and get to experience Lilydale and all that the energy at Lilydale is just phenomenal.
Isn't it though? It's amazing. I love it. Just as soon as you come into the gates, it's like, wow. And just to understand that mediumship's been going on there for almost 150 years, it's really, the energy is built up there, and it's just a great experience. And it takes you out of your element. Don't you agree? It just takes you out of your physical world and takes you back to a time where you kind of disconnect. And all the homes are in Victorian style pretty much, and the gardens are kind of that kind of feeling as well. And so it just, it brings out a kind of relaxing but very spiritual presence.
Absolutely. When I drive through the gate entering Lilydale, I feel the energy. It's palpable. Staying at the Maplewood is always a treat. I see the spirits walking around. But I'm actually going to be staying with Mike Cleaver this year. And I met her through Tony mentorship. She bought a home there. And when I saw her last year, she hadn't gotten into the home. She invited me, and she's been inviting other friends. This is where it happens. We met in this online course. And she said, hey, listen, you're going to teach here next year. She signed up to be my teaching assistant. And she said, next year, if you come back, why don't you stay in my home? So I'm going to stay with her.
Wow.
So that's kind of neat.
That is nice.
She's renovating and everything. So I see some people have signed in, and I just want to say hi, Linda. And I see Heidi's here. Hi,
Hey, Heidi.
Heidi's down by you now. I'm very jealous.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
we have our Heidi. She's originally from Long Island. She
Yeah.
just adopted another senior pup. She does these wonderful things. She not only adopts rescues, but she adopts the senior rescues, which have a hard time finding a home. Hi, Terry. And there we go. And then I'm just checking to see if anyone is on the Facebook. We just got one like. So we are going to do some messages, and we are going to, I called it kind of a metaphysical mashup today. So we will do animal readings, we'll do human readings, we'll do spirit readings for those that are passed into the next world, psychic, whatever we're drawn to. We're going to
Sure.
pick it up. So we'll take turns. Now, Terry has asked, she's having a very hard time mentally with her husband. So Anthony, you don't know Terry, so I'm going to ask you if that's okay. She's asking for advice. What does Spirit recommend to help her?
Thank you.
Okay. So Terry, there's the issues are with your husband. Is that correct? Not with you,
Yes.
correct? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Pardon me while I just listen for just a second. I get the impression that he tends to be argumentative. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I do feel that there could be maybe some early signs of dementia, or
He's early dementia.
he is. Okay. And I also know too that now you have someone helping you currently, is that right?
No.
Okay, well, that would be probably the next step, I think, because right now I just get the impression that when you are at home, if you're leaving to go anywhere, you're always worried. It's just it's almost like you're going to wonder if he's not going to be there when you get home one of these times. And I don't know if he's walked out, because I feel from Spirit he must have walked out and couldn't find his way, or you had to go find him, or something on that level. Is that correct as well?
Not yet.
Okay. If he didn't walk out of the house, was there a time and moment where he didn't know where he was? Because I just feel like there's a confusion with him.
He does get confused at times, yes.
Okay.
Where he is, I don't know, but yes, he does get confused.
Okay, yeah, I would certainly have someone come in and help you. I think it's just too overwhelming for you at this time, and
Yeah,
I just know that it's becoming kind of a bitter sweetness. You understand where
yeah,
you love him very much, obviously, but it becomes a different person in this situation, you know.
right.
Um, and you might have to make some choices going forward, my dear,
I'm
faster
just
than.
afraid of the future.
Yeah, I do know that he will need some assistance, and it may need to be full time. So I don't mean to shadow that, but I have to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
I appreciate that, yes.
Yes. And the he's on medication right now, and I understand that he's on something new. Is that right?
Not yet, he's been on these for a while. I have
Okay.
a funny feeling they're gonna change it.
Okay, they are going to change it, because if it hasn't happened yet, it is going to happen with the
Yeah.
medication, and it will help for a little while. But you do need to get yourself prepared for either having someone come in or placing him or something.
Okay.
It's going to be a gradual thing. So my blessings to you. I know that that's really hard to go through.
Yeah, it's hard. Thank you.
Yes, you're
And
welcome.
Terry, I'm just
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
come in, gonna ask you, I know you and I know the situation. And I appreciate you, dear, as one of my dearest friends and followers, etc. But did you, I know you did your docs, but did you call the Office of the Aging?
Not Office of the Aging. I've been speaking with Alzheimer's, but not Office of the Aging.
Okay, so every county in the state of New York has an Office of the Aging that's set up by the New York State. And its purpose is to assist older citizens
Mhm.
with finding resources. So you might even be entitled to have a person come in the house now. So there's no cost to reaching out to the Office of the Aging. It's a free
Right.
service set up by New York State in every county. All right, so reach out to them and they'll have resources too.
Thank you. Right now,
Like
he can't
Anthony
be
said,
alone.
maybe some therapies for him, occupational therapies, like Anthony said, just, maybe you should have some help. So this might be one way, investigate.
Mhm.
And that is a free resource provided to seniors living in New York.
Okay. Right now, he's in denial. There's nothing wrong with him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can still go ahead and see what's out there for you.
Okay, will do.
That's what I did with Aunt Helen. I had to get her, resources.
Thank you.
Move in with us. So, all right, sweetheart. God bless. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Okay. And let's see. Who else would like a reading? I'm checking. We got some comments. I'm checking. Here they go. We got some. Hi, Dave Anderson from Scotland. Hi, Janet. Oh, I don't know where Janet is these days. Hello, sweetheart. There we go. I met Janet at a retreat. Who else do we have? We have
Got Lori on there.
Filer. Oh, Sue Filer from the UK. Sue is very much involved with physical mediumship, and she has a great Facebook group.
Very
So
nice.
it's nice to see you here, Sue. And we've got some more messages. Lori Mahala.
Yes. Hi,
would
Lori.
like a reading. So Lori, you can unmute yourself and just give Anthony what your question or concern is.
Well, since I know Lori personally, and she is a student of mine,
Oh,
maybe we'll switch this one and have you do the reading.
Absolutely. I'd
How
love
does that
to.
sound?
Great, great. Lori, do you have a specific concern or did you want a spirit message? I have a gentleman stepping in as soon as I start to blend with your energy a little bit.
I am not seeking a specific message, so whatever you can bring through would be just wonderful.
Okay, so I'm going to bring this gentleman through and I'm going to ask you, would you understand father in spirit?
Grandfather.
Grandfather, okay. And I feel that this person was involved with you when he was here. Unlike, to me, grandparents, mine were in another state and I very rarely saw them, but this gentleman had, he saw you frequently. I think he attended some of your sporting activities or school activities, something that he would go and watch you. Do you understand this?
Yes.
And do you understand that you would go off on little adventures with grandpa, like, walk down the street where he might buy you an ice cream cone or a piece of candy or something, but you call them little adventures?
Not really. It was more just spending time in the home.
Spending time. Okay. So I do feel like he did spend time with you and the two of you together. I don't know if you played games or you just followed him down into the basement where he was doing his little thing,
Yes.
his man cave. Yes, you understand that? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I used to go on adventures with like my pseudo grandfather. We'd go to the store and then the car would break down. It would be an adventure, right? It would overheat and then we'd have to call his wife and she'd yell at him for taking me with him when the car was going to overheat. So he comes through with this big smile and he's just grinning ear to ear, and he's very proud of you and excited for you. I feel like you recently had an accomplishment in the last couple of months. You've had like a breakthrough or an accomplishment, or you succeeded in a task that you've taken on. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he's here to bring you the bouquet of flowers, the congrats, and he was with you all the time. I feel like he puts his hand behind your back and steadies you whenever, because you do get nervous. Like,
yes.
so he's showing me the knee knocking a little bit. Like you won't show that, but he sees it. So it's
Yeah.
when those knees are knocking, he brings his energy and he supports you.
And my knees have been knocking lately, so that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so he's with you, supporting you. And he's also saying not to worry about it. There is a concern you have besides the accomplishment you did, another issue he's aware of. And he's saying this is going to pass like a kidney stone, but it's going to pass. Okay.
I can take that like crazy.
All right. Yeah. So, but the point is, it is going to pass. Yeah. So, crochet or whatever to keep your mind off it, because sometimes if we dwell on a concern, it's going to inflate it.
Right. Right.
And just to tell you, he loves you and he's proud of you. He loves watching what you do. You've exceeded beyond what he did in his life. And this would be important for him because he was of the opinion that, he wanted to provide for his family so that his children would go surpass him. And then his children would provide for his grandchildren. So the grandchildren would move even further and do more accomplishments. Do you understand that?
Very much so.
Way of thinking. And, that's the way he thought. And he said, you've done it. And then what I understand, do you have a son?
I do not.
You do not. Is there a young man connected with you, either here or on the other side?
I have a brother that's like a son to me.
That's who I'm talking about. Now, he's here on the earth plane.
He is.
And he's also, for his capabilities, he is also surpassing what people thought he would have been able to achieve.
Not at this point.
I don't think he would have achieved as much as you, but he's I just get the feeling from your grandfather. Now I can be wrong, but I get the feeling that this young man is going to achieve more than people think he would be able to.
That makes perfect sense. Yes.
All right. So your grandfather is coming through and he's very pleased with this.
Wonderful.
Okay. So I'm going to leave him with you with the blessings of spirit.
Thank you so much.
You're quite welcome, sweetheart. Okay. And Kathleen would like an animal reading. Hello. So, Anthony, would you like to do that or me?
Sure, absolutely. Let's
Great.
do it. All right.
Do you have a picture? I know Mari likes to work with photos.
Well,
And she's got me
Do
doing that.
you do animal? I've never had an animal reading. Do you do ones that are still alive?
Oh, yes, I can do that are still alive. Absolutely.
All right, here's my best friend. This is Jack.
Oh, even better.
What's his first name?
Jack.
I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Jack. Oh,
Yeah.
Jack. Okay. All right. Well, I get the impression when you first got him, he must have been traumatized.
Yeah.
Okay. And he also tells me that he feels as though you're his mommy. Okay. And you saved him, if you understand that, because you saved me. And it took me a while to come into my element. So there was a time when you first got him, he says to me that he was sad and scared and just really just kind of, if you put him in the carpet, he would just stand there in the carpet and like not move or anything. Is that right?
I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
But the other stuff, yeah.
Okay, there was,
and him coming to his own, yeah, definitely a transition.
Yeah, it took a long time. I mean, quite a while for him to come to himself. And now you must have had another animal before that was in the house, because I see there's another animal.
That was a rental house, so I don't know.
Okay. But do you have, he tells me there's another animal. Was there another animal with him before you had him?
I didn't have a pet for years before I had him. And
Okay.
not in the house, not even in this state.
But he's adopted, correct? Because
Oh yeah, there was many with him.
okay, because I feel there's other animals with him before you adopted him. That's what he
Yes.
says. Now,
Yes.
he would like to have, I mean, he does feel like he would like to have a playmate. So he also tells me that there must have been some time that you've been thinking about getting him a playmate, because he says, I hear you talking about it or thinking about it or whatever. He knows that you're been contemplating it, or the idea has been there. Do you understand?
That's probably, I'm letting him go to the dog sitter. When I go on the weekend, instead of bringing him, he has more fun and he has playmates there. I think he likes having the dog sitter more than being in a strange place in a crate when I'm visiting someone.
Right. Well, he would like to have a friend to play with on a regular basis. I mean, that's the way he feels. Now, I know that there was a time where he didn't trust other animals for a while. You'd understand that as well.
Yeah.
So it's been quite a bit of an adjustment there. And you must have switched his food not that long ago.
Correct.
Because he says, I have new food now. So I'm really happy about the food, because the other food was not something with the digestive or something with the digestion. Is that correct?
I don't know.
You're not sure. Was he skeptical about eating it or not eating as much of it?
Oh, he'll eat anything.
Okay. There's something about the food, though, that's much better with the digestion that you have now.
You know what? Yeah, I think I know what that is. Just I had to switch to softer food because of the lack of teeth.
Oh, okay. So again, it has to do with digestion, you
Yeah.
know? Okay. All right. Then that makes sense.
Yeah,
Let's see. Is he 7?
no,
4? He's 4, between 4 and 7?
he was 4 when I got him. He's gonna,
Okay.
do I tell you how old he's gonna be?
Um, he was 4 when you got him? Is that
Yeah,
it? Okay. Okay. And he's 11 or
yeah, he's
Sure.
11, almost 12 next month.
okay. Okay, great. All right. So, all right. I was hearing it right. I had to just kind of put it together. But is there anything that you want to ask about, like what about a question with him, or are you?
Well, we're pretty bonded, and I just never had a reading. I don't know if there's anything.
He says you're on the go a lot. You must be on the go doing things a lot because that's what he says.
Well, I work from home now, but for like the 8 years prior, that was my job. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because he mentions that you were gone a lot. There
Yeah,
was a time of you being gone a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But you're starting to get more social now too. So you're going and doing things, and you must be taking him with you.
Everywhere I can. I do.
Okay, great. Because he enjoys that and he feels like there's that great bond. So I just I leave that with you. He's very happy. He's very healthy. He doesn't seem like he has any other issues other than that digesting food, which we talked about already. So
Yeah. Awesome.
okay. You're welcome.
Awesome reading, Anthony. We're going to do some more readings. I just wanted to take a minute out. Anthony, do you want to talk about a little bit? We talked about our training. What are some of the events and classes that you're offering or coming up in the summer and fall?
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see. In August, I have a psychic development intensive class coming up on the 19th and 20th, which I haven't posted yet because I've been getting ready to go to Lilydale and it's been consuming. Life's been in the way, but I promised I'm going to get it up and posted before I leave, which will have to be today.
That'll be in person or online?
No, that's in person.
In person.
Yeah.
Which is where, for anybody not familiar where you are?
I'm actually in the Asheville area, and the town I live in is called Hendersonville, and we'll be having the class at Bullington Gardens, which is right in Hendersonville. And so I usually have my classes there. And
we lost Heidi, but I think she just moved there. She just bought a house.
She did. She just moved to Hendersonville. Yeah.
And she was my student, and she went up to Lilydale the first year I was teaching. I took.
Oh yeah.
She sat down, and I told everyone to do an exercise to bring through somebody from spirit, and she brought through the woman's pet.
Oh.
And this was her first time, really, first ever retreat. She hadn't really taken any courses in this, and she was so upset she didn't do the exercise right. She stormed out of the room. As it turns out, she has a phenomenal gift with animal communication.
Yep.
So
she sure does.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Spirit, sometimes we're doing one thing and spirit shows us that, hey, you're focused over there, but you've got this other gift that needs to be blossomed. So I always love that story.
Yeah.
I'm panicked at that point because I'm like, my first class in Lilydale and my student storms out of the classroom. Oh, never gonna get me back. So, but it all worked out. I've been going back. Well, I think this is my 5th year. But anyway, I love it down there. I looked down there. I looked at possibly moving. If any of you have never been to the area, It is just fantastic. I stayed at a place called something Mountain, not Black Mountain, but
That's the city.
hmm?
That's the city, Black Mountain, near us.
Oh, maybe it was Black Mountain.
It was Black Mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lovely cabin. I took the girls, and it was just beautiful down there.
Yeah. We're
But I'm
about,
kind of tried and true to Long Island. My grandmother came here from Norway.
uh-huh. Yeah.
My adopted child wants to stay put. My biological, she's already up in Boston. So anyway, so that sounds exciting. So folks, where can, I'm going to take readings in 1 second, don't leave. But where can people that don't already follow you that are here today, where can the new people reach you or follow you for announcements?
Well, they can follow me on Facebook. I usually post all my events, podcasts, my education, my demonstrations on my Facebook, which is Anthony R. Mikolajewski. That's Mikolojewski. But you can go to my website too. It's called is the AshevilleMedium.com, and that's easier to remember than Anthony Mikolajewski. So you can
Anthony, I
find it
just call
there.
you Anthony, the Asheville medium.
That's great. I'll stick with it. That's much easier. Yeah, and I have another mediumship class coming up in October, and then I'll be doing a demonstration of mediumship in Hendersonville in October as well. That's what I have planned. So
Oh, fun.
yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And I turned 60 this year, so there's going to be some time where I need to break away and go to the beach for a little while and just chill and celebrate as well.
That's important. And
Yeah.
that's what my co-host did. She was surprised with it. It was an impromptu trip, and
Uh-huh.
but apparently didn't realize they wouldn't have strong enough service. So that's why Mari's not here today. But I'm very happy that she's getting away with the family. And yeah, I'm actually planning a trip with my doctor daughter. I love to say that because, single mom here for the folks that don't know me, and adopted the little one on my own, raised my
Right.
older one too. So I'm very happy that she's achieved her goals. And we are going to go to Morocco.
Oh, how lovely.
Yes. So, and then my little one, who apparently has a flight fear, she said she'll take a train ride with me, maybe to Canada, but I think I'll wait till the fires are under control. So we'll do that next year.
Yeah.
But I'm very kid oriented right now because they have them both at home in my nest. For any of you that are parental units, you know what that feels like, because usually my oldest one is on her own, living right down the street from Boston Medical Center, where they're surrounded by methadone clinics and all that good stuff. So having her under my roof is such a nice. I slept well the last few nights, having both my girls home.
That's nice.
As far as classes and mediumship, well, I'm doing the Victorian Times in Lilydale this coming week. I'll be back up at Lilydale in August, teaching trance and blending with Meet and Greet Your Spirit Guide. That's the cornerstone of mediumship, is being able to get a strong link and a strong blend with your spirit communicator. Love trance. I was supposed to teach a 4-week trance class with a new spiritual school in British Columbia, but we may postpone that to the fall because they're just opened a physical 2,500 square foot. It looks beautiful.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm gonna actually, like you, take some time out this summer and just decompress. I'm getting to that point because I run both businesses. So everybody else here like attracts like. So please take a look maybe this weekend at what your life is like, where you're expending more energy that you need to bring it into balance. And I believe Sunday is a very powerful new moon, one of my colleagues mentioned.
It is.
And it would be a good time to put out intentions if you need to rebalance your energies. Because don't forget, being on the earth plane is not all about working. It's about taking time to enjoy what this world offers, whether the flowers, the birds, family, friends, and take some time out, particularly for those in this hemisphere where we're having the warm weather. So, but let me get over to, I have a few of you, and let's start with Tanya. Sweetheart, can you put your video? Hi. You would like a reading. Okay, and just, can you get your microphone on?
Okay, how's that this time?
Oh, awesome. So
Tanya.
I don't know about you, Anthony. I always like to hear the voice. That's what triggers me for my connection.
Uh-huh.
So thank you. And would you like to do the reading?
Sure. Yes. Hi, Tanya. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. Looking gorgeous as always.
Looking fabulous as well, Anthony. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Let's see. Okay. Hmm. So I see that there has been, I know there's been house projects, and then they've been on hold, and now you're going back forward on them again. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And there's another expansion. You're expanding?
There has been some expansion, yes.
Okay, great. Because that's been great. That's going in a good direction because you need more room. It almost needs like more storage. Is that correct?
We have lots of storage, but we are needing a little more space in some areas.
Okay, yeah, that's what it needs. It just needs to, it seems like it's all together now. You've got it all pretty much together. Let's see. I feel too also that you must be going away real soon for a trip. Just you and your husband, is that right?
Hoping to. Yes.
Yeah,
that's in the
there's
works.
what's that?
That's in the works.
Yeah, it is in the works. You're gonna go. Is it a bike trip?
You betcha. On bikes,
Yeah, okay.
motorcycles, yeah.
Okay, great. And I also know too, it's quite a bit of a distance as well.
Okay.
Is that right?
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of a
Depending
distance.
on the weather.
Yeah. Yeah, and let's see. Um, it seems like there's been a while where you've been not focusing on your health, where you haven't been focusing on yourself. Now that seems to be shifted and you're going forward with that again. Does that make all sense?
100%, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've been kind of in the shutter. I don't know, you feel I feel like you've been closing yourself in for whatever reason and feeling a little bit depressed. So I know that now is changing and that you're moving forward out of that mode. Is that right?
Wonderful. Yes, there was a rough period of time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's really great. I'm good. I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
And your mom's in spirit, correct?
My mom is not, but my grandmother, who was like my mother.
Okay, because it is a mother representative here. It's like someone who represents mom, who, and I almost feel as though she took care of you more than your mom did. You would understand that?
Yes.
Because she clarifies that. And I also know it was a safe haven, is what she says. So you would understand that for your own personal safety, you felt safe going there for whatever reason at home compared to it. Okay. Yeah. And she just says that she's so proud of you. And now I'm going to say this. I've asked her 2 times. Are you planning on having a child? something,
That
there's
was
been an
on,
idea. There
that was
was an
on the
idea.
table. The
Okay, because it's an idea,
decision
because
was
she,
no, but I do have a grandson.
okay, all right, because she says that it's been on the table to think about having a child and maybe to adopt. I don't know if you want to really have one yourself, but she said that, you could adopt too, that the two of you could be wonderful parents with that. Now, the only thing is that you would end up get rid of some of your freedoms, you see. You know what I mean? It would definitely take up some of your time that you spend
Really?
together, because she loves that you spend a lot of great quality time with your husband, and you both really intertwine each other constantly. So that's very unusual, but that's what she says. And what's another thing is that you look a lot like her too, which is really quite interesting. You'd understand that? Is it in the
I think
eyes?
younger, the eyes probably, yes.
Yes, in the eyes. Yeah, because when I look at you, I see her in the eyes. And let's see. Now I know too. Let's see. Now she would have gone with you to have your dresses made. You understand that?
Oh,
Do you remember
would've been
that?
great. Yes,
Do you remember that?
I do. She was, yes, I remember.
Yes, and now you went to a specific place to have these dresses done, and I know that it's either your mom and her went there to get the dresses done. You understand that there's a maker that makes these dresses?
There was, yes.
Yes, okay. So I just want you to, she just remembers, you must have had one done for your graduation, a dress made.
Not for my grad.
But there's some type of graduation or celebratory, I don't know if it's communion or it's a sweet 16. I'm not sure, but it has to do with having this specific dress made when you were younger. Would you understand that?
I understand the younger reference, yes.
Okay, what was that? Can I
Church.
ask?
It was a church celebration.
Oh, a church celebration. I know it's a celebration for sure. It's not just, an average dress.
No, it was not.
And was the dress white?
It was a cream, but close.
A cream.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm close.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Could be
Well,
closer.
yeah, and kind of lacy.
Oh, so much lace.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So much lace.
Because she shows it to me. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now
It was a
there
lot of
are
lace.
some recipes that you would have that you make that when you've gone to visit her, and you do them in your home pretty regularly to think of her, and she just wants to say thank you for honoring me. You would understand what she's referring to?
I do, absolutely.
Yeah, and they're very simple, kind of pulling everything together kind of a thing, and creating your own dish out of either leftovers or something on that level.
Yes.
Okay.
Rich
So-
try, you bet.
Okay, great. And anyway, she's lovely, and
She is.
I know there's a perfume that I smell when I'm around her, and I know that you smell her perfume from time to time, and that's when she comes to visit you. So I'll leave that with you.
Thank
She
you.
sends her love.
Wonderful. So good to hear from her always.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, this is what I was trying to avoid. Everyone meet Rumi. Oh,
That's your buddy.
yes, Rumi usually attends all classes. You can see him hanging upside down during one of Tony Stockwell classes. Poor Tony didn't see it because we're all small boxes on the Zoom. And all the other students, they'll start cracking up because you see the cat hanging upside down because I have a roll top desk. So they usually sit on top of the monitor, on top of the roll top. And it was pretty funny. He didn't know everyone was laughing at him. Oh, what? So, yes, and an actual joke is, there is something called telepathy. And yes, folks, it does exist, although it gets frequently rarer when you're dealing with two physical people, versus telepathy when you're talking with the spirits. It's easier for them to communicate. So the reason I say that is because when I was getting this cat, I was going to name him Odin. And I'm driving down the road, minding my own business, and I start hearing the word Rumi. And I said, oh, spirit. I thought it was spirit. I said, you want me to name the cat Rumi? Oh, okay, I'll name the cat Rumi. But what it was Tony was having a Rumi stage, and all he kept thinking about. So I somehow linked in with him while I'm just driving down the road going to do shopping errands. And that's how the cat got named Rumi. So it was pretty funny. Next cat was Odin. But anyway, let me take the next one I have here is Linda Allen. And hi, Linda. Linda would like a reading concerning what she needs to do to work on her gifts. So as I blend and bring in your spirit team, you have a male spirit guide who seems to be like the ringmaster. Would you understand that?
Yeah.
And he's a very strong personality, and you're able to hear him quite clearly. And he can be a little snide at times.
Yep.
Snarky.
Yeah.
Which makes him interesting because let's face it, we don't all want the style, the stoic personalities. See, that's
right.
The cat now pushing the monitor at me because he wants more room behind it. So he says very strongly, you need to sit more. Has life gotten in the way of your
no
meditation practice, sitting in the power?
Well, I guess maybe he wants me to sit more and meditate, but I do sit a lot because that's my job. I work in a call center, but I have been
You mean you
shying
work
away.
as a psychic?
No.
No. When I said he wants you to sit, I didn't mean like physically sit down. I meant like sit in a meditative state.
Okay, yeah, I haven't been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, because I get the impression you've been very busy with life challenges, including work, which you have. You have like a supervisor or somebody has more years than you, giving you a hard time.
Yes.
Okay, so you've been trying to dot your I's, cross your T's for work. It's causing a little bit more anxiousness because whereas you actually like to go to work in the past because you had nice friends at work, not that the work was, that intriguing, but you really like seeing your coworkers. It was like a family. This person who's been added in the last 18 months has caused a lot of strife.
Yes.
So this would be helpful for you for your anxiousness that's being created by that other person is to twice a week. Do you have the ability to sit in your room or your private space and sit in the power?
Yeah.
Okay. So your guide wants you to do that for at least 20 minutes twice a week. This is going to help you calm down and not take to heart so much of the nonsense that's going on. It's going to move your attention away from it. And actually, you're going through a growth cycle right now where your energy is going to be elevated from where it is.
Okay.
In fact, you do the work.
Okay.
As you're doing the work, which is sitting in the power, blending with spirit, allowing them to make necessary adjustments to your energy field, you're going to be pulling away energetically from this annoying person.
Okay.
This annoying person has been put on your path precisely to enable you to make your next step in growth.
Okay.
All right. This is your motivator. Believe it or not, This is your motivator.
Okay.
So as your energies, you're going to then be moved. I don't know what kind of work, if you have another, whether it's a shift move, so that you're going to be working set different hours than this person, or you're going to be in a different room under a different supervisor, but you will be moved as above, so below. Okay. But your guide wants you to sit in the power. You got to do it at least twice a week, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Now, that's what's going to result on your door in your earth life, which is a good thing for you. I think that's a goal you would like. That's a motivator.
Okay.
Spiritually, you are going to start seeing auras more clearly.
Okay.
You're going to see around, you know what an aura is, sweetheart?
Yeah, I read auras already.
Oh,
But I have to close my eyes after I see the picture, and then I can see the auras. But I have to really concentrate on it.
so this is going to get enhanced. You're going to be just staring at something, walk up to someone and see the stuff in their aura.
Yeah, I can see right now
closing your
yours
eyes.
is a blue aura.
Oh, I'm very drawn to blue right now. Spiritual. That's great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So that's one of your abilities. It's just I'm sorry, that's my dog. Secondly, you're going to get more images coming into your clairvoyance.
Okay.
Are you connecting with spirit right now?
I
Spirit
do.
Communicators?
I do see images every now and then, but I also see past people walk into my apartment. I see past animals that I know walk into my apartment.
Okay, so you're seeing with clairvoyance.
Yes.
Excellent. It's going to enhance.
Okay.
Okay, and I also feel that your clairaudience, like in the fall,
Yes.
is
Okay.
going to open up and become more discerning.
Okay.
More precise. Sometimes you have random stuff coming in, you don't know where it goes to.
Right. Yes.
You're going to be able to know, oh, I hear a song, it's for winter. Oh, I hear somebody asking for Anthony. So now, I'm not saying that that's the limit. The sky is the limit, as I like to tell people. But if you follow your guide, the snarky one's advice, and sit 20 minutes twice a week at a minimum, you can do more, just don't do less.
Okay.
This will be the outcome. It may take a few months before you get moved physically from that supervisor.
Okay.
It's not going to happen right away, but it's as your energy elevates, it'll become less and less onerous. You will notice that first, and then all of a sudden there'll be I don't know what the move is. It's either you're going to same pay rate and go to a different room, or maybe you'll get a promotion. But
yeah, somebody mentioned that to me as well, that in the fall, it's either when I read my cards or something, that I'd be moving into a different position in the fall. So it looks like
do the work.
Yes. Yes.
Congratulations. I'm going to leave that with you. So
can I add something to that?
Sure.
Yeah, I feel too that what Brooke said is that it will ground you more just by going within a couple days, a couple times a week, because it's going to make you tolerate this person.
Okay.
From a grounding position, you're going to feel grounded, and you're not going to. You're going to feel more empowered and confident.
Okay.
I feel the person that is working with you, you know more about the job than she does, and it just seems like I feel like she's got an energetic clash with you. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So the best thing to do is just, you can even do it from a reverse psychology thing and just say, well, I've got you. I got you and you got me, and I like the fact that we're on the same page. That way she thinks that she's helping you, you see.
Okay.
And you let her know that she's helping you, even though you already know it. I know it's taking back a step for being humble, but I think
Right.
it'll get you to that point till fall that you can get away from her. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yes.
Okay. I hope that
Perfect.
helps
Thank you.
you. You're welcome.
And thank you, Linda, for tuning in today and
Thank
letting
you.
us,
Bless you.
bless you too, sweetheart. So with that, I think I don't see any more outstanding messages or requests. And it happens that, oh, hi, Sandy Hearts. Liz Moritz is here. I just want to call out some people that are on Facebook. My friend Susan from Denmark tuned in.
Nice.
Denise Frederick. And oh, okay, one more quickie. Teresa DeBonis. I'm not sure if she's still here. I'm going to pull a card for her because she had a very general question. So I'm going to pull a card, if that's okay, because we're kind of getting towards the end. I got drawn to pull from my fairy deck. I love fairies. How do you like fairies, Anthony?
You know, I know that they exist because I have seen them in the woods, little flitters of light, you know, that you see at night, but I've never seen one in the daylight.
So for those of you who don't know me, one of the things that I do is I sit in a medium's cabinet and I develop physical mediumship. And I do a lot with transfiguration where they alter my face and the spirits come over it. They also they may elongate my skull, or it looks like I'm bald if I get a monk. They also elongate my ears, and then my ear bends over and waves to you. That's when the elementals are in my energy. So I have an elf that works with me, and my ear gets very long, and it's been witnessed by many people. We haven't gotten the waving part. We did get the elongation part on film. So yes, Anthony, there are fairies and gnomes and elves, and they come through. And I have a fairy Fleur, and she doesn't come that often. And I have an elf named Layla. So now this card is for, oh, hi, Bernie. Oh, Teresa is here. Hey, Teresa, I pulled a card for you, and it's the Ace of Spring. Okay. And it's time to take action, be fearless, and happily pursue your most treasured dreams. Amazing career opportunities. Now, what I'd like you to do is to take this as a grab it, go for it. And this card, for anybody else who is also considering taking on a new venture or learning a new skill or pursuing, you know, a higher position with work, with the new moon that Anthony and I spoke about previously, it's Sunday night. It's a game changer. You can tap into that new moon energy, which is the energy of creation, and use this message from spirit, although I pulled it for Teresa, like attracts like. So I guarantee you there's at least 80% of you here considering trying to try something new, or you want to do something and you're hesitating. This card is saying, go for it. Okay. And it's a great time to go for it because summertime is a wonderful time that you know, we have longer daylight hours. We're up more than we are being sleepy in hibernation. So it's the right time of year. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. I'm going to extend my gratitude to everyone who tuned in today. And I'm going to say thank you, Anthony.
Winter, it's Sharon. I was having a hard time getting on chat. Could I just get one quick message, like a 2-minute or maybe a card?
Sure. Let's see. I want to give you a different deck, Sharon.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the Akashic Tarot.
Oh,
which was written by two Lilydale ladies. I think one of them has passed into spirit, though. Sharon Ann Klinger and Sandra Ann Taylor. They were sisters. Am I recalling correctly?
Yeah.
This is a beautiful deck.
what is it called?
It's called the Akashic Tarot.
Oh, that's nice.
And the card I pulled for you is the Five of Scrolls. It's called Diversity. And I just happened to open right to the page of the book. And the diversity is that it's time to diversify. There are many options for you to consider, and you should take a look at them all. Allow yourself to try new things, go to new places, learn new subjects, break out into different directions, and meet new people. Don't worry about scattering your energy too thin. You're in a period of expansion, so use it. Let yourself go farther afield than you planned. In the end, you will diversify in ways that introduce you to a whole new you. Guys, this card is like the same meaning as the tarot card from Radley Valentine, the fairy one that I pulled for Teresa. This card totally resonates with me as I'm going up to Lilydale to be, surrounded by the physical mediumship. I mean, it's rare. It's very rare to find a retreat that's just on physical mediumship, unless you go to Switzerland or someplace like that. God bless you. So, Sharon, thank you for signing on, because this card means a lot to me. It also validates the first card we chose, which I said it applied to about 80% of you. It's about trying new stuff, letting a part of you blossom that might have been quiet. So if you've never painted, paint. If you want to try a different type of mediumship or psychic, I recently took a tarot class from the Young Center in Ireland, and I found it quite interesting. The Jungian perception, understanding with the different tarot cards. So Spirit is telling everybody, do that. Have fun. If you just want to, I don't know, you want to foster kittens. I did that last year. I loved it. I fostered a couple of litters of kittens. Try something new. It doesn't need to be in the metaphysical arts, or maybe you want something in the metaphysical arts.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
So, well, I still may run the trance online classes that I was supposed to do. I'm going to talk to her. I just might do it through Zoom and myself over the summer. I'm trying to get more online than in person because, anybody here from Long Island that wants to train with Anthony, you're going to have to go online.
Right.
So that's why I like it, because it opens it up to a greater diversity of people. Just enjoy, find something, I'm sure there's some, I don't know of any other classes. I'll be up in Lilydale. I mean, if you can have the opportunity to go to Lilydale, there's usually 5 or 6 classes a day, anything from astrology, tarot. I'm doing the trance. Then they're doing more physical mediumship, but classes, not so much in the dark.
It's gonna be a full week.
Our week, yeah, all the way till 9:30 at night.
I bet. Wow.
We're going to do tea leaf readings on Victorian times night. Monday night,
Yes.
there'll be tea leaf readings. The students are going to get to do them, and table tipping.
Table tipping, automatic writing.
Wow.
I think they're doing slate. Are they doing slate?
Yeah, they're doing slate,
writing.
and there'll be like breakouts. So the morning group A will be with one of the main mediums, like Bill Bolt, Gary Mannion, or Michael Shane.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other group can choose between 2 electives. I'll be teaching one elective, and Julie and or Susan, they're teaching together. Julie's back and forth between teaching with Michael or teaching with Susan, but there'll be 2 electives. So yeah, it's it's going to be fun. But everybody
Great.
try something new. Try something new. You're getting the message. You got it a double dose today. So on that
Absolutely.
note, guys,
Okay.
we're after 4. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Now the Mari and Winterbrook Spirit Talk Show is on hiatus for the summer because Mari's got the kids and I'm gonna follow her wisdom and spend more time with mine, the one that's at home. Which, by the way, whoever was talking about adoption, it's totally good thing. I've been an adoptive mom for 21 years. And we will be back in September, and the first show will just be Mari and I, and we're going to do animal communication because that seems to be a very popular topic. And then we will go from there, setting up our guests for the rest of we will kind of run on a school calendar. So God bless you all. Have a great summer.
Brooke, thank you for having me, and hopefully I'll be back again.
Yes,
And thank you all for showing up today. It's been great working with all of you.
And I'll look
Thank you.
forward to seeing you, Anthony.
Yeah.
When I close out, I'll message you because I'm going to make sure you have my phone number for when you get
Okay,
it.
perfect.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay.
Thanks again,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to meet
Bye.
you all.
Thank you.
God bless.
God bless.